Caleb.
I'm Matthew.
And we're from LGBTQ Entrepreneur, and we are super, super excited. We loved all of the answers that we got to the survey that we put out, and one of the main things we heard was that people wanted information they could use right now. So we wanted to make this video series.
Yeah, this is actually one video out of 3. So we decided, let's put together a mini course for our people. They gave us some really powerful feedback and answers to our questions, and so we wanted to just give back. So
if you filled out the survey, thank you so much. We're super, super stoked, and we just really appreciate the information you gave us. And if you're sitting there and you're like, what survey are these guys talking about? Well, I guess you didn't get our email and you didn't see it on social media. And make sure that you're on our list and you open our emails and you'll get the next survey. And that reminds me, this is going to be part 1 of 3. We want to pack in as much information as possible to answer the questions that people gave us. And so if you are not on our mailing list and you want to make sure that you don't miss any of these videos, you can go to lgbtqentrepreneur.com and sign up for our mailing list there.
So we know that you are talented and we know that you're gifted and that you're skilled at what you do.
You're an amazing queer solo practitioner.
Yeah, like whether you do massage or acupuncture, maybe you're a lawyer or maybe you're another coach. Whatever service you provide, the world's a better place because you provide it.
Because you're so fucking awesome.
It's true. You struggle to get clients. You struggle to fill your calendar, and it feels like you're on a treadmill where you're putting in all this effort and it's not giving you any returns. And we don't have to explain this to you because we know that you know what we're talking about. We've been there. We've been
there, and we know so many other people who have been there or are there. And so I bet that you know exactly what it is that we're referring to.
And so that's what this video is about. This video is about giving you actual tools that you can put in place to get clients, increase your reach, and at the same time also make really good money.
Yeah, get off that treadmill and actually go somewhere with this business. Reach those people that need what you have to offer them. So like we said, this is going to be a 3-part video series. Obviously, this is part 1, and we're going to go over the things that you can do so that you can fill your client with So you can fill your calendar with the clients that you want.
We're going to teach you our 3-step system for getting clients throughout the 3 videos that we're making. We're also going to be taking the mess out of your message, and this is huge. That way when you talk about what you do, people get excited to work with you. They want to know more. They want to take next steps rather than being like, huh?
Yeah, imagine telling somebody what you do and actually having it lead to clients.
Yeah.
What a novel idea.
It's pretty epic.
Changed our lives when that started happening for us.
So when I started my business, the truth is, this is actually my story. This is my story. Go away. The journey from making $2,000 a month to making $10,000 a month was one filled with moments of struggle and stress. It was intense. And so I know what that feels like. I know how intense that can be. And what I'm also glad is that those lessons, those moments don't have to be in vain, that I can actually bring them and teach some of the lessons that I learned to you in this series and also in our 2-day live event. You coming back?
Hey, so we promised these people some content, so tell them a little bit about what's going to happen today.
I can do that. First, grab a paper and pencil because you're going to want to take notes. At least I like to take notes.
Miss Benji.
How do you show up in this world with work that you love doing and that you're passionate about, that also changes people's lives and has an impact on the planet? And how do you do that while making really good money at the same time?
The point of these 3 videos is really that we want to get you on the path of doing what you love and being able to make at least $10,000 a month with that work, if that's something that you want to be able to do.
This means that you will be able to invest in local businesses. You will be able to change the political climate in this country. You can even do something about systematic oppression if you want.
We are going to use these 3 videos to really get you started and get you started in a way that you feel good about what you're doing. Because the truth is, we've been to tons of workshops, programs, webinars, you name it, and we see people teaching strategies and techniques for business that are slimy, that are salesy, that conjure up all these images of used car salesmen trying to take advantage of you. No offense to any used car salesmen who are not slimy and sleazy, but we can't believe that there are still people out there who are teaching these terrible techniques and who feel okay about it.
Yeah. And that's not what we do.
We teach strategies that aren't sleazy and slimy and salesy, and instead we want to make sure that when you're talking to a potential client that you feel aligned with what you're saying, that you feel like you're offering something to them that is going to change their lives, and you're not using any techniques that you feel out of alignment with or that you feel are somehow dirty or tricky.
This video is going to focus on the number one thing that you're going to need in order to build your business and make more money. It's the most important part of all of it.
Wait, is this a get-rich-quick scheme? Because I don't believe in those.
No, this is not a get-rich-quick scheme. And this is not how to use Google Analytics to get to the top of your Google search. This is not about how to use Facebook ads to flood hundreds of thousands of people to your website in a day. We tell them what it's about.
Yeah. So what these videos are about is going to teach you how you can attract high-quality clients, ones that you would absolutely love to work with, and do it in a way that's heart-centered, a way that you feel good about, a way that you go to bed at night knowing that you're truly giving people value and not trying to use some sort of scheme to get people to work with you. What does it really boil down to, though?
What this boils down to is one word, and that's fabulousness. Fabulousness is about quality of life. Fabulousness is about spending your time, your energy, your money the way that you want to spend it. Fabulousness is synonymous with freedom. Caleb and I live fabulous lives.
Yeah, I mean, we have a business that allows us to give back to our community, and we also make enough money that we can donate to causes that we believe in, like Lyric and the Trevor Project, the Innocence Project.
We get to do things with our time that really feed us and light us up. Things like the AIDS Life Cycle, the 545-mile bike ride from San Francisco to LA that helps end AIDS.
Or like hanging out with each other.
Hanging out with each other and our friends and taking trips to Mexico.
Or playing Mario Kart.
Playing Mario Kart or cribbage.
Or reading. Or just rubbing our cats' bellies.
Yeah, rubbing each other's bellies.
He loves that.
Totally. So I want to talk about two things that you absolutely want to avoid if you are going to get the most out of these trainings. The first one that you're going to want to avoid is the I already know it syndrome.
Ooh, that sounds bad. Is it curable?
It is curable. It's curable with an open mind. And what I mean by that is we all have this. It comes up for each and every one of us. We hear things over and over again, and so we think we know them. And it closes us off from growing and learning new things. So even if some of the things we talk about are things that maybe you might know, what I'm going to ask you to do is just kind of put on this open-minded cap. The second one is disagreement.
Oh, sometimes I can be really good at that with you.
Sometimes you can. Disagreement is something that we are also all guilty of, where you hear something and without even giving it a try, you just automatically assume it's not going to work or that you can't do it. And so again, the solution to this is the open mind. The open mind is powerful here when it comes to learning. So the stuff that we're teaching is exactly what is responsible for, Caleb and I having our first $10,000 a month, $10,000 a day, and $32,000 a day.
Whoa, those numbers sound pretty impressive.
Those numbers are impressive, and I want you to know that that's not where we started. There was a journey to get here. So let me take you back.
Ooh, flashback scene.
I was a masseur, and I just started my own business. And on a good month, I was making around $2,000 a month, and that was if I really, really, really busted my ass. And I want to be honest with you, that came from one client who paid me less than I was actually charging, but who wanted to see me more frequently. And so I said yes, even though it wasn't necessarily a high quality client that I enjoyed. When that client decided to no longer work with me, I was stuck. All of a sudden I was making barely $1,000 a month and struggling even more to make ends meet. Now, another level of transparency, because I really want you to get a picture of this, is Caleb was working as an attorney, and thank God for that, because the truth is he paid more than his fair share of the bills, and by that I mean almost all the bills. So that's when Caleb got sick, and he wasn't just sick with like a cold or a flu. It was a sickness that didn't go away, and it got worse and it got worse, and it resulted in him being in and out of the hospital for 5 months. It was probably one of the most intense times of our lives, and we were all of a sudden faced with me being the only one that could work. And I really had to make this hobby of mine a business. And I knew I could do it. Like, I felt inside that I was talented and I was gifted and I could do this. But I didn't have the tools that I needed or the support that I needed in order to make it happen. I'd invested in my process and I'd invested in my craft and my service, but I did not invest in the business side of this, and it really showed. And thank God for credit cards in that moment, because that's truly the way that we made it through that period of time. And after that, I was faced with this new understanding, this new fierceness that woke up inside of me. That was like, never again will I be without the information that I need in order to sustain my life, and not just my life, but my partner if he needs me to. And I decided I was going to go all in. I was going to join a program that focused on business development. I was going to get coaches and mentors. I was going to join another program. I was going to join communities. I was going to do everything that I needed to do, read the books, watch the webinars, all that stuff. I took advantage of things like credit cards and payment plans. And I even borrowed a large sum of money from a wealthy neighbor. That was a really, really interesting conversation to have when you're asking somebody for thousands of dollars to invest in your future. And she said yes, and I was able to make it work. And I never will regret that moment for the rest of my life, because that was the moment that everything changed for me. That was the moment when I started to actually have the tools that I needed to make what I did profitable. All of a sudden, my income started to grow. My confidence started to grow. And I did all this without any fancy letters behind my name or any, crazy certifications. All I had was my life experience and the knowledge that I had invested in. I learned the skill of positioning myself, which had people looking at me as the expert that I was, and they were excited to work with me and excited to tell their friends. And my reputation began to grow. Everyone starts somewhere, and no one is a success overnight, no matter what it looks like. We all have humble beginnings. I didn't have a giant email list. I didn't have a social media following. I didn't have any of these things in place that you sometimes see people have. The way that I made success in my business were through small shifts in the way that I connected and communicated with other people. As I pulled together all these things that I had learned from the different programs and mentors and communities, I realized that I had created an amazing hybrid, the best of everything that I learned. And I knew that this was something that I wanted to bring to my community, to fellow solo practitioners and service providers who were struggling as well, who really wanted to grow their impact and make more money and reach more people. It was that system plus a number of uncomfortable situations that led to the creation of LGBTQ Entrepreneur.
And I know exactly what those uncomfortable moments are that you're talking about. And they weren't the fun uncomfortable moments. These were not fun.
The ones where you feel invisible. When the people who are leading the workshop or event that you're at, they only know two genders, and so they talk in really binary terms.
They assume that everybody in the room has an opposite sex partner. We sat through this really uncomfortable language that made us feel unseen because we knew that a lot of the business information was just so valuable. And so we sat through that, but now that we did that, we have this amazing opportunity where we can bring that information to our community, the queer community, in a way where you can sit there and learn from us and feel seen and know that we understand that there are more than two genders, that you might not be the same gender that you were born as, like me, or that you might not have an opposite sex partner, or that you might have an opposite sex partner, but that doesn't mean that you're cis or that you identify as straight.
Yeah. So this led to the creation of the Rainbow Toolkit to get clients. And this is something that we teach in depth at our 2-day live event, Be Fabulous, Get Clients.
So after we created this toolkit and really started implementing it, it helped us go from feeling awkward and uncomfortable when we talked to people that we didn't know to connecting with people and having just everyday conversations lead to clients instead of lead to feeling like I was super socially awkward.
And it didn't stop there.
Where did it go next?
Go away. It led to me creating workshops, group programs, and this was incredible for a lot of reasons, but it allowed me to not just double my reach, but it tripled and maybe 4 times or 5 times my reach. This was the key to Fabulous Flow. Meanwhile, Caleb was implementing some of these strategies in his business and also having amazing results. That's when we decided to join our strengths and became an unstoppable force of epicness. Our mission is to assist other queer unicorns of awesomeness, that's you, in doing the same. So let's get you more clients, shall we? I'm going to introduce you to our 3-step system. So before I dive into this, I want to first tell you why a 3-step system is so important. You know, one of the things that potential clients come to me with in terms of a struggle is that they're unsure of the next step to take, or they're overwhelmed or confused on where to go next. And what a 3-step system does that's repeatable is it allows you to always know where you are in the steps you're taking in your business. And a mentor is also really good for this because a mentor or a coach can hold you accountable and take you through the process step by step as well.
Alright, so in today's video, we're going to go over step 1 of that 3-step system. Like I said, we're going to be doing 3 videos here, so each day we're going to go over a different step from that system.
And this step today is all about reaching your people. It's actually called Reach Your People, step number 1.
Awesome.
Now, while simple as it may sound, this is vital because without people, you don't have a business.
Nope.
You need people. So I want to share with you, I'm going to share something with them, so you're going to go again. I'm going to share with you some of the things that I did in order to reach my people when I got started. Here are some things that I did. First, I made a fancy website. I spent a lot of time and energy on it, and it was beautiful. There were moving parts, pieces, buttons, lots of fonts. There were videos.
It was awesome. I watched for weeks and weeks and weeks as he didn't launch his website and just tried to make every little thing perfect.
Yes, that's exactly what I did. I just wouldn't give up on this website. And when I finally clicked publish, I was stoked. I was ready. I was like, clients are going to start coming in. They're going to be flowing. It's going to be amazing. Like, this is my moment. And so I went to my Google Analytics and I was like, okay.
Actually, before that, he started telling me how he was worried. He's like, there's 1 million people or more out there on the internet.
Billions of people.
And I'm publishing this, and like millions of people could see it. And like, he was just like, am I going to be able to keep up with all my emails? What if we need to hire a secretary? Start answering my phone. And I was
ready
like,
to be rich.
Awesome. I can't wait.
Can't wait.
And so he published it finally.
He's like writing up his like resignation letter.
Let's go. Let's do this. And what happened?
Go away. Nothing happened. Absolutely nothing happened. I clicked publish and then I went to go see who was going to check out my website. I kept clicking refresh and I was really excited because there was one person on. And they were on there for a while, and I know that with websites, like, the longer someone's on your site, the better. And so I kept clicking refresh, and they were still there and still there. And then I realized it was the tab that I had open on my browser. And so I was that one person. And obviously, you know how this goes. When you put a website out into the world, it's like a drop of water in an ocean, and it just kind of blends into everything. That's not a strategy to reach people when used alone.
You still wanted to reach your people and you still wanted to somehow make this business work. And so once you realized that your website wasn't going to magically pop up on everyone's screen around the world, what'd you try next?
Well, he actually knows what I tried next because I had to ask him for the money to print 500 business cards. And so that's exactly what I did. I spent the same amount of time I spent on my website on my business cards. I got the best photo that I could find off Facebook. I found all the fonts I needed, the colors. It was epic. It was front and back. And I printed business cards. And my vision was to take these business cards around to all the different coffee shops and places that I could, put them in the windows. People would pick them up. They'd be excited. I'd go to networking events. I'd hand them out like candy. People would just eat it up. They'd be excited. And
he got worried again. Just like before. He was like, oh my gosh, 500 business cards. I put them at all these coffee shops. Everybody's going to see them. I put my best Facebook profile picture on them. People are going to see me. And we're going to need to get a secretary. We're going to need to answer emails. Like, what's going to happen? But I was a little bit more skeptical this time.
And with good reason, because the same thing happened. Nothing happened. Even when I'd hand people my business card and they were really interested, they didn't call and they didn't book an appointment. They didn't follow up. It was pretty sad.
And so we have learned a lot from those days of publishing that website without knowing any way to get people to see it. Those days of putting business cards out all over the place, a tactic I also tried and had pretty much the same results with. And the truth is, we actually don't even have business cards anymore. And we do something else that has actually resulted in a lot more clients than ever when we had business cards. And we're going to get into that in just a minute. Matthew realized something really, really important after you can probably relate to this. We spent hours just sitting at home in our living room thinking, what are we doing wrong? Like,
what's going on?
What else could we possibly do besides launch this website, make a Facebook page, and put business cards at the coffee shop?
Like, maybe the number's printed wrong on the business card, or maybe the website's not working.
Like, what's going on?
So what I realized is that what a website and these business cards were missing was actual connection. The connection that I could give to somebody and that I could create with a conversation. And the truth is, I know I'm not alone. I've seen countless solo practitioners and service providers get stuck in the same trap using old tools that no longer work.
If these are old tools that no longer work, why don't we start telling them about some stuff that actually does work?
All right, let's do it. So this is the moment. Strategy number 1 to reach your people.
Reach your people.
Get excited.
Drum roll.
Is to talk to them. I know.
Is this guy actually just saying talk to people? The way you're going to find people is by talking to people? You better have something good to
I've got a really good thing to back this up with. Get out of here. So here's the thing. Talk to your people. And not just your people, talk to all people. Now, you might be thinking, is this guy asking me to go to networking events? Those weird events where people stand around and they try to get...
Let's practice.
Okay.
Practice. I'm at a networking event.
Oh, hi. Hey.
Oh.
Be my...
Do you want my business card?
Oh, I'd love your business card. Do you want my business card?
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you.
No,
don't
that's
do
not
it.
what we're suggesting.
What I'm talking about is being that person in the elevator that talks to everyone. That person who, when you're in the line...
I'm in an elevator.
Hey, what's going on?
Oh,
get out of here. We're not doing that right now. So the person behind you in the line at the coffee shop, strike up a conversation with them. The person who has that weirdly odd same schedule as you that you see all the time for some reason, but that you've never spoken a word to. This happens to me all the time. It's probably happened to you as well. So strike up conversations with these people.
So wait, you're not saying that I have to go to networking events?
I'm not ever going to tell you to go to a networking event.
I'm in.
All right.
If I were you sitting there watching this video, I would be asking myself right now, okay guys, this is great. You're telling me that I should talk to people. You're telling me that I should connect with them. You're telling me that they're going to want to hear from me. Now, how the heck am I ever going to hear from them again if I don't have a business card to give to them? Because you just told me to ditch those.
All right, so here's the thing. In place of where you used to do the business card exchange thing and put it in your pocket...
Hey, let's role play.
Okay.
Hey, it's been great talking to you. I would really love to continue this conversation, over the phone where we're not around all these noisy people.
Yeah, do you have a business card?
I don't actually carry business cards. I would really, really love to just grab your number in my phone right now, and maybe we can set up a time when you've got 15 minutes that we could chat.
Yeah, that works for me. Let's do it.
Awesome. It's so convenient that you have your calendar right here in your pocket.
Yeah, because it's 2018.
And everybody has their calendar in their pocket on something we call a phone, which is an awesome place to store a phone number where you'll actually use it.
Yes, and you know what doesn't kill trees? Phones.
That
might not be true. So get the person's contact information and set up something on the spot.
I heard that you actually had bonus tips.
I do have bonus tips. I have bonus tips for each of this strategy. So bonus tip number 1 for this strategy is to start the conversation off with a compliment or appreciation. This is actually one of the qualities in our Rainbow Toolkit to get clients is appreciation and acknowledgement.
Do we have any more tips we can give them about how to reach their people?
We do. I've got one more tip for you. This is really, really, really fun and exciting as well, and a great way to reach more people. So when you're having all these conversations with strangers out and about, because you're going to be talking to a lot of people, there's a good chance you're going to come across somebody who has access to a gaggle of your ideal clients. And when you do, we are going to encourage you to build a strategic partnership.
So these sorts of partnerships work best when you can make them a win for everybody who's involved. And so, like he said, this is somebody who's connected to a lot of your ideal clients. So you want to make this a win for that person a win for their people, the people that they're sending your information out to. And obviously you want to make it a win for yourself too, so that it's worth the time and the effort that you're putting into it.
So bonus tip. When you approach somebody to be a strategic partner, you want to make sure that they don't go saying things willy-nilly about you and your business. You want to make it as easy as possible for them to say yes.
Yeah, so before we go on to about what that looks like, I just want to tell a little story. We recently had somebody reach out to us, and they wanted us to share something with our people. They had created a product that they thought would be a great fit for our people, and they were even willing to give us a percentage for each person that signed up and bought this product. So we thought, great, this is something that could really help the people that we're connected to, and so that's awesome. That's a win for our people. This person is willing to give us a percentage just for taking the time to put it out there and for being willing to connect him with our people. So that's a win for us. And then, of course, it's a win for him if any of our people sign up for his product. So far, this all sounds great, right? Like,
sounds great.
Everybody's getting value. It's a win for everybody. We get to help our people. We get to help this person who's asking us. But here's the problem. He just gave us a little bit of information about the product and said, hey, send out an email to your people. And I mean, we write the emails that we send to you because we want to make sure that they have, our voice and that we're really connecting with you. And so we have a lot of our own emails to write. So the idea of sitting down and writing down somebody else's email is it's not something we really have time for. So even though we had these strong intentions of sharing this for this person, and we really meant to and we wanted to, when it came down to it, writing an email for somebody else constantly kept falling to the bottom of our to-do list until the day when the cart had already closed on his product and it wasn't available anymore.
Yeah.
And so let's get back to that bonus tip.
So the bonus tip is to provide your strategic partner with copy that they can edit in their own voice and put out to their people. So this is just something that is really nice to copy and paste. Let them know that you have that available so that it can be an easy step, so that it's a no-brainer for them if it's something that they want to share. So you might be in one of three categories in your business. Category 1 is that you're just getting started in your business.
Or category 2 would be that you're looking to switch niches. So you serve one type of people, or you're doing one type of service and you want to be doing a different one or working with a different set of people.
And category 3 is that you're dedicated to the work that you do and you're just ready to reach more people with it.
So you definitely want to make sure that you tune in for our next video.
Yeah, super exciting. In the next video, we're going to be going over step number 2 in the 3-step system to getting more clients and making more money, increasing your impact, all that fun stuff. So you're not going to want to miss it.
Yeah, and like I said earlier, if you found this on social media or if somebody forwarded this to you and you want to make sure that you get that second video, go to our website, lgbtqentrepreneur.com, put in your information, and we will make sure that you get all of the parts of this video series. And we'll also be telling you a little bit more about the 2-day event that we have coming up in our later videos as well.
What we'd love to do is get to know you a little bit better. If you're making it to this point in the video, tell us a little bit more about the work you do and what you're passionate about.
Yeah, we want to hear from you for sure. So put in the comments, like he said, the work you do, what you're passionate about, what you loved about this video, what you feel like we could have told you more about, because we can, if you post your questions in the comments, we can do our best to answer those questions in the later videos as well. So the more you interact with us, the more we can give back to you.
Also, let us know, what would more income mean to you and your community and for your quality of life? And I want you to know before we leave today that you're incredible and you're amazing. And if anybody ever tells you that your vision is too big or that you think outside the box too much, fuck that.
Don't listen to them.
Don't listen to them. Dream big, go big, do big things. You're incredible, and we'll see you.
Your people are out there waiting for you.
Oh, yeah.
And we can't wait to see you on our next video.
All right. Bye.
Bye.